All the 20 FIRs filed in connection with the alleged gang rape and torture case of the 19-year-old Dalit woman in UP's Hathras is set to be transferred to the CBI, sources said, adding that this includes the sedition case and arrest of PFI members. The main accused in the case was reportedly in touch with the brother of the 19-year-old victim till very recently. It is said that there were at least 100 exchanges in 5 months between the mobile number of the main accused and another number registered in the name of the victim's brother. A report in the Times of India also stated that investigators probing the case made the claims on the basis of a call detail record, that is CDR, which also showed that there was 5 hours of exchange between the two numbers between October 2019 and March 2020. Some of the calls lasted for over a few minutes. Meanwhile, the SIT team, which was supposed to submit the status report in the case today, has got 10 more days on the orders of the Chief Minister of UP, Yogi Adityanath. After what seemed like a marathon session to hammer out a settlement between rival factions led by O. Pannirselvam and Edappadi K. Palaniswamy, the AIA-DMK came to an equilibrium on Wednesday. That is, EPS will be re-nominated for the top job and OPS will get more say in the party affairs as an 11-member steering committee has been set up. Negotiations went on even past midnight on Tuesday. It was rumored that Pannirselvam was standoffish over several thorny affairs, including the chief ministerial candidate. The demand to set up the steering committee was also a long-standing one. Palaniswamy's factions get 6 positions while Pannirselvam's get 5. The move by AIA-DMK to set up a steering committee and announcing Palaniswamy as chief minister would also effectively rule out any room for Sasikala to jockey for power within the AIA-DMK. According to several party insiders, VK Sasikala's release from prison is around the corner. It was her who had installed Palaniswamy as chief minister ahead of her imprisonment in February 2017. Rhea Chakraborty has been granted bail nearly a month after her arrest over drug-related charges in the Sushant Singh Rajput case. A special court on Tuesday extended her judicial custody till October 20th. On the other hand, accusing Sushant Singh Rajput's family and their legal advisors of interfering and tampering with the investigation, Team Rhea Chakraborty's lawyers have warned that they will bring it to the notice of appropriate courts. Advocate Satish Manishinde, who represents Rhea Chakraborty and her brother Shovik Chakraborty, said that the kin and the lawyers of the late actor are raising doubts on the probe by the Central Bureau of Investigation and also the conclusion of the AIIMS forensic team. Hearing petition on road blockade during Shaheen Bagh protest, the Supreme Court on Wednesday said that public places and roads cannot be occupied indefinitely and agitation should be permitted in designated areas only. There cannot be a ban on public meetings, but they have to be in designated areas. Right to commute should not be indefinitely curtailed, a 3-judge bench headed by Justice Sanjay Kishan Kaul observed, adding that right to protest has to be balanced with right to commute. The Apex Court had in February observed that people are entitled to protest, but it has to be done in an area identified for agitations and cannot be done on a public road or park. The court also took up the issue of an infant dying on returning home from Shaheen Bagh, where his parents had taken him along. Facebook and Twitter took action against the tweets made on Tuesday by US President Donald Trump, in which he equated the deadly coronavirus with a common flu. Both the social media giants put the post or tweet in the category of post with misinformation about coronavirus. Though Facebook later deleted the post, it had already been shared 26,000 times. A spokesperson for the company told Reuters that we have removed one misinformation about the severity of COVID-19. As the world's largest social media company, which exempts politicians from third-party fact-checking, it is rare for action to be taken against the US president. Twitter also put out a warning label on a similar Trump tweet, saying that it violated the rules by giving false information on COVID-19. In 2019, 2020, 22,000 people died in the US due to the common flu, while coronavirus has killed more than 2 lakh people in the US so far.
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app Choose the language you prefer to get updates in and be up to date with the latest news.